Hi and welcome to another edition of BPM, but don't get too near the TV screens, otherwise you may get my Ibiza flu. This week we've gone west, but not to the escape in Swansea as advertised, but due to a last-minute technical hitch, we've come to the zone in Port Talbot for a night called Wildlife.
Yep, that's right, and what a wild life we both lead, because not only is Graham warming himself up for his upfront house stint here at the zone, but we're also going to be finding out the lowdown on the dance scene here in South Wales.
But before all that, let's line up this week's BPM cover stars. Vet DJ Paul Trouble Anderson shows us how to stay on longer. Deutsche duo Mouse on Mars drop their Teutonic time bomb. And Beverly Knight gives us an old school makeover.
Yeah, but now enough, because it's time for you to get to work as we go on our wildlife safari. Wildlife has just moved to the zone here in Port Talbot, with the promoters promising the club night that Wales deserves. It's a glitzy glamour night of house, complete with massive sound system, drapes and video screens. The club itself has a main arena over 3 levels and a UV chill-out area. There's also 2 bars, a massive lighting rig and anything else your heart desires. So, let's get to it.
Well, we managed to grab Danny Slade off the decks while Steve Harvey takes over. So, Danny, by all accounts, what we hear in London, you are the don of house music in Wales. Would you like to make that a bit bigger? Tell us about exactly what you do.
Well, thank you, but I don't know. I mean, I've been running up for it in Tenby for about a year and a half, which had a lot of press coverage. Moved on from then to here with my partner John. I'm doing other stuff in Tenby once a month, and I'm also promoting sort of house streams for big all-nighters for 5,000 people in Plymouth, and hopefully in Cardiff if we get a licence.
Right. And you're involved in the promotion as well of nights like tonight. What's your role in it? What exactly do you do?
Well, I'm a co-promoter with Danny. We started back in at Christmas time. Danny got in touch with me to get together, put parties on, and this is where we are now. We had a bit of a bad luck with the Escape Club closing, but we're still here, still doing it.
So when you put on dance nights in Wales, I noticed by the flyers that you put in a lot of big DJs from up north and also from London. What about the local talent? Is there a lot here?
There's a lot of really good DJs in Wales who are just not given the attention they deserve, because the simple fact that no one notices Wales. It's not like the club Mecca. There's about 4 or 5 good clubs in Wales that are all really worth going to, but people don't think, oh, Wales, clubs, here we go.
Paul Trouble Anderson has been plying his trade for over 20 years and has become one of the most respected fixtures on the circuit. His weekly shows broadcast on Kiss FM London and in Manchester, plus his weekly stints at North London's Camden HQ has also enhanced his reputation. We caught up with Paul at HQ to find out more about this would-be footballer who was in fine form.
Well, I've been DJing for just over 20 years, and it wasn't a thing that I decided to do as a kid. I always loved music. I used to dance before that. I was dancing and training with like Hot Gossip, Floyd and Mark and the boys. But my main love, my first love was football, still is. I love football. As a kid, I played football for Tottenham Youth. I was an apprentice. I had a 2-year apprenticeship there. Before I done my cartilages and tore my hamstring, and football was like at an end. Some DJs need to identify with a certain style, which I think is a little bit sad, because if you're a DJ, you're supposed to be a man who loves music, and regardless what it is, if it's good music, you know, and it makes people dance, you play it. Don't label yourself like a house, garage, hardcore. They tried to label me a garage house DJ. I mean, I've been known, people have said that Trouble's a hard DJ, which, you know, I find ridiculous. I'm a dance DJ, I always will be. Basically, what I'm trying to do is get more time to be in the studio. I normally DJ 5 nights a week, which is a lot of work, but I'm now starting to get busy in the studio. I've been offered a publishing deal. I haven't signed it yet, so I'm deciding what to do about that. But I'm in the studio. I've done 3 tracks for an EP, which I'm working on at the moment. It's going to be a 4-track EP. A lot of it is live, songs, musicians playing their heart out. That's what the feel I'm going for now. But I want to adventure with music. I want to eventually get into themes and do music for films and stuff. My life has other interests besides music. I mean, I ride a bike every day in London. I ride out of London as well, but I do a lot of riding. I've been riding for a long time. I love to play football still. When I can, I'll play for a KISS team, or I'll play for the Black Market Records. So it's a good run out, and it helps to keep you fit, and that's important. If I had the opportunity to play in the Premiership now, as a centre forward, I would take it. I would take it. I wouldn't have to think about it. I would take it. 20 years is a long time DJing, and I still love DJing. I love mixing. I've got all the enthusiasm of a child, believe me. But I done other things as well. You know, my mind wandered for a little while. I got involved with other people. But luckily enough, I was strong enough to keep my head together and seriously involved with my music, and now people have heard about it and they're listening, and I intend to do a lot more.
German duo Mouse and Mars have taken time out to build up a soundscape from various fields of dance music and any other noises that they can lay their hands on. The result is a beautifully crafted album called I Horror Tahiti, which owes as much to Kraftwerk as it does to the new breed of German musicians. We caught up with them on their recent trip to Britain.
When you come to a camping space somewhere abroad and you meet Germans, it's always like, Germans again. Like when you get to Italy, people invite you in their house, or they at least offer you something. In Germany, they're always like, they are afraid of you eating their food or whatever, taking their job or taking their wife.
We came together, and then by accident we worked for a TV station called Vox, and we did some bumpers. It's called bumpers? Yeah, some jingles, openers, and all this kind of stuff, because they wanted to have something special. But when it went on TV, nobody watched it. The audience went confused, and so the TV station went out of business.
Every one of us has like his name, so this is definitely Andy. And when I say Andy, I mean Andy, and Andy knows that I mean him. And the same with me when he says, like for instance, Jan, and I know immediately that he means me, which is very important when you work in a big studio like ours, that there's no communication problem, so that maybe names get involved which are not there.
The Saturday Night World Cup Fieber. Yeah. It's dedicated to football and Wickfield because it got some elements of her song. She could right away sing on it.
There's a few record companies showing quite a lot of interest to sort of help us out with the future, but we're on the other hand quite happy. I think in the moment we're too pure, aren't we? So future is now.